Is a business partnership worth it? So I and my friend, we started a business partnership and we grew our food business from our bedroom to 3 locations. In this video, I want to share with you the issues that we faced as a partnership and if you should start one. So 3 years ago, we started our food business. We had no experience whatsoever. We were very clueless about how to run a business. And because, we started small, we started in our bedroom, yet we were just trying to see how things were going to go at that time. No one took us seriously. Even to be honest with you, we ourselves did not take ourselves seriously. We just wanted to do something so that we could have extra funds to go and eat or something at the end of the day. You just make some little sales, use that money to just go and eat at the nearest mama put and have a good life. We did not take ourselves seriously. And as expected with people with no experience whatsoever, even though I had a little bit of, let's say, I will not call it a business, but I've run like a slight business before. I had no idea what I was doing with this particular venture. I did never know if it was going to work, so we did not take ourselves that seriously. And for someone with little or no experience, we would have so many clashes, so many head-on clashes, because there are things that are supposed to be put in place that are not put in place, and there are things that are supposed to be set, structures that are supposed to be set that are not set, and that is going to lead to a lot of clashes because there's no communication between the partners. There are no roles, there are no responsibilities. Nobody's accountable for anything, and it leads to someone doing much of the work and it leads to someone feeling like the other person is not doing anything at all. So I started reading books, looking for resources on how to enlarge my knowledge base. And there are many books out there. There are many books on the internet that you can use to be able to enlarge your knowledge base on startup co-founders. I'm going to highlight a few in the description. So I started reading all these books, and the first thing that I realized, or the most common thing with these books is that business partnership is like marriage, and that depends on the lifetime of the business, because marriage is the coming together of 2 people for a particular purpose to achieve a particular goal. And you can see the same thing about a business partnership. Even though I'm not physically in the best position to tell you what a marriage is and what a marriage isn't, but I can say that I have learned many things that I can apply into my relationship from my business partnership. Things like communication, things like responsibilities, and things like roles. If you're paying attention, you'll notice that these are the things that I said were the problems and the things that we had issues with when we were starting out: communication, responsibilities, and roles. And that's because every relationship between 2 people needs to be managed, or it's going to basically fail. Everybody in the relationship has to be putting in effort. Everybody in the business partnership has to be putting in effort to make sure that the business is a success. So back to the initial question, is a business partnership worth it at all? The real answer to this is yes, and also no, because if you like to start a business partnership, I'd like you to take a step back, whether it's with a friend or whether it's with a family member, whether it's with someone you really trust. I'd like you to take a step back from the optimism of starting a business and first figure out these things. Number 1, what value is this person bringing to the table? And I know this term has been so cliched, but what value is this person actually bringing? In my case, I was actually a very prudent person. I loved managing money, and my business partner loved baking and doing all this food stuff. So it just made sense for us to just bring our ideas together to come up with a business. And you might not actually take the same route. If you have the funds, you could actually hire someone who could actually teach you these things or do it for you. Hire someone to do these things for you. But if you're just starting out with no money, then it might make sense to figure out, okay, what particular talents do this person have? And then figure out if your own skills are compatible with this person. If 2 people have the same skills and have the same competencies, then it makes no sense for those 2 people to have a business partnership, because there will be collision on what roles and what responsibilities are meant to be fulfilled by either of the partners. Now, number 2 is the person willing to improve? Is your business partner or the person you want to enter into a partnership with a person who wants to improve on himself or herself, who is ready to invest in books, who is ready to invest in podcasts, who is ready to watch these videos with you to be able to improve? Because long term in the business is going to change. Is that person willing to change alongside the business? These are the things that you need to figure out before you start a business partnership. And now, number 3, what is the long-term goal of your business? What is the vision? What do you have planned? And do those things align with those of your business partner? You have to list out what I plan to achieve with this business and make sure that that is in coherence with what your business partner also wants to achieve. Because if there is a rift at the basic level of what exactly this business is about long term, are you planning on reinvesting in the business? Are you planning on taking money out of the business? These are the things that need to be aligned early on in the business before you think about starting out. And number 4, how is the percentage structure going to be like? Is it going to be a 50-50? Is it going to be a 60-40? What exactly makes it a 50-50 and what exactly is going to make it a 60-40? And is everybody going to be happy with the structure at the end of the day? Because just like I said, a business partnership is like a marriage. You have to think long term. You're going to be spending 3 to 5 to 10 years with this person. So it makes no sense to just jump into the pool wishing that the best is going to happen. You have to make these plans, and that structure and that arrangement on how the partnership structure is going to look like, it has to be written down. It cannot just be a gentleman agreement. And this was one of the first mistakes I made. We actually did a gentleman agreement. We actually shook our hands on it. But at the end of the day, we had to come out and say we need a written agreement so everyone knows and everyone is aligned with what they have agreed to initially. Now, except the answers to all 4 of these questions is yes and clearly written down, then it makes no sense for you to start a partnership. You could actually begin to think about looking for another business partner that will align to these things, or starting out on your own. Because if you go into a partnership who is not fully aligned with these 4 things, you're going to end up with a very rocky relationship. So you have to think about these things. Is the person aligned with my values? Are my values aligned with this person's values? Do the person want this business to be a 10-year business, to be a conglomerate, whatever? These things have to be aligned. There's no right or wrong answer. You just have to find someone who is willing to go through this journey with you. So in my case, when we had actually begun the partnership, we had to sit down and have a very long discussion on how we are going to go about these 4 things. What is your vision? What is my vision? Are you planning on improving yourself? What are the things you're planning to do to improve yourself? And make sure that these things are aligned. And then we now had, moving forward, a productive partnership that was able to enable us grow our business. So in the next video, I'd like to talk about how we structured our partnership from the 50-50 percentage it was then to what it is now, and the strategy that we used to ensure that we were communicating effectively, and what roles and what responsibilities we took so that we were able to make our business stronger and our partnership and also our friendship stronger. So make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, ring the notification bell so you can be able to be updated on that particular video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.